April 1944. Inside Auschwitz, a place designed so no one would ever leave alive, one prisoner made a decision that could cost him everything. He would escape, not for freedom, but to tell the world what was happening behind the barbed wire. At that time, Auschwitz was already the largest killing center in Nazi Germany's system of camps. Trains arrived daily. Families stepped onto the platform believing they were being relocated. Within hours, most of them were dead. The outside world knew almost nothing about the scale of the extermination. Rumors existed, fragments of testimonies had surfaced, but there was still no detailed proof describing how the machinery of mass murder actually worked. Among the prisoners was a young Slovak Jew named Rudolf Vrba. He had watched transports arrive for nearly 2 years. From his position inside the camp, he could see patterns others could not. He counted the trains, he studied the selections on the ramp, he observed the smoke rising from the crematoria chimneys day and night. Slowly, a terrifying understanding formed in his mind. Auschwitz was not simply a prison camp. It was a factory built to kill human beings with ruthless efficiency. And if the world understood this, perhaps the transports could be stopped. Vrba realized that surviving inside the camp was not enough. Someone had to escape and carry the truth beyond the barbed wire. Someone had to map the system and expose it. But escaping Auschwitz was considered impossible. The camp was surrounded by electrified fences, watchtowers, patrols, and layers of security. Most escape attempts ended in death within minutes. Yet Vrba began planning anyway, and he was not alone. Another prisoner, Alfred Wetzler, shared the same goal. Like Vrba, he understood the importance of evidence. If they escaped, they would need more than stories. They would need details. Together, they began memorizing everything. They studied the layout of the camp, the location of the gas chambers, the capacity of the crematoria, the number of trains arriving each day, the nationalities of the victims. They memorized guard routines, patrol schedules, and weak points in the perimeter. Every observation became part of a mental record they hoped one day to deliver to the outside world. The opportunity finally appeared in April 1944. Near the outer fence of Auschwitz, a construction area was filled with stacked timber. Workers moved in and out during the day, and the piles created temporary blind spots from the watchtowers. Vrba and Wetzler prepared a hidden space inside one of those timber stacks. The plan was simple but terrifying. They would hide there for several days while the camp searched for them. If they survived the search, they would attempt to slip past the perimeter once the alarm was lifted. On April 7th, as work crews moved through the area, the two men quietly disappeared into the wooden pile and sealed themselves inside. Night fell over Auschwitz. Guards eventually noticed the prisoners missing. Sirens sounded across the camp. Searchlights swept the fences. Patrol dogs moved through the grounds. Every escape triggered a brutal procedure designed to capture fugitives quickly. For 3 days, Vrba and Wetzler remained hidden inside the timber stack. They barely moved, they barely spoke. The smell of gasoline-soaked tobacco surrounded them, a trick meant to confuse the tracking dogs. Outside, guards searched relentlessly. Prisoners were interrogated. The camp remained on full alert. Inside the cramped darkness, the two men waited in silence, knowing that a single sound could reveal their hiding place. Finally, after 72 hours, the search was called off. The guards assumed the prisoners were already dead somewhere beyond the perimeter. Standard procedure returned. Patrol intensity decreased. That night, Vrba and Wetzler crawled out of the timber pile and slowly approached the outer fence. Beyond the electrified barriers lay forests, rivers, and occupied territory controlled by Nazi forces. Even outside the camp, danger was everywhere. But staying meant certain death. Moving carefully through the darkness,
They crossed the perimeter and disappeared into the surrounding wilderness. For 11 days, they traveled mostly at night. They avoided villages, they followed rivers and forests. Hunger and exhaustion pushed them to the edge of collapse, but step by step, they moved farther from Auschwitz. Eventually, they reached Slovakia, where they encountered members of the resistance.